Okay,
Thank
so
you
I
so much.
see that our next goddess is in the room. So nice to see you, Brandi. Let me introduce Brandi. You have seen her before. You've met her at Ask Parties. So let me just give you a little introduction about Brandi Cox. She is the founder of Quest for Clients and Web Bricks, where she helps entrepreneurs stop drowning in tech, automation, and back-end chaos. She is known for turning messy businesses into streamlined, scalable operations that free CEOs up so that they can lead. The one thing that people don't know about this incredible woman is that she is a disabled combat veteran, which adds a whole different level of grit, resilience, and perspective to how she works with people to build their businesses. Her favorite music, which is interesting because you look and she's like, so sweet, right? And she loves rage metal. So you do you. And her gift to everybody is her ebook on You're the Visionary, Not the VA, How to Stop Doing It All and Still Grow Big. That is for everybody. And her gift to one person is a Dopamine by Design. We have not had that title here before. A Dopamine by Design strategy call to gamify your business and keep your clients happy, engaged, and renewing. So I am going to turn this over to you and let you share with us what you came to share today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. All right.
Absolutely.
The link doesn't work. You're crushing on Zoom. The chat is popping. You are doing everything right. You nailed your speech. And then you see it in the chat. The link doesn't work. Over and over and over, those four dreaded little words keep popping up. The link doesn't work. And your heart is racing. Your mouth is dry. You have 87 potential clients watching. And your tech just cost you a sale or 20, plus your sanity. And I'm Brandi. I'm the one you call before that happens. I'm a disabled combat veteran, and I have an autistic brain that thinks in automation systems and puzzles. Because I don't just see tech, I see solutions. And you don't have to panic anymore. No more duct tape, no more patching your funnel with Hope and Canva PDFs. No more 2 a.m. Googling and crying into your keyboard trying to get stuff to work. Because I've got you. Professional systems that actually work. I always talk about this. If you needed brain surgery, would you go on YouTube and learn how to do it yourself and operate on your own brain? That would be ridiculous, right? You're going to go to the top expert in your area or in the world. So why are you operating on the brain of your business? Because see, your tech is your brand business's central nervous system. It's how you deliver, how you serve your clients, how you grow and scale operations. And it's how you make money while you sleep, or at least survive through a Netflix. And I know. Tech makes people twitchy. Everybody hates tech. It's intimidating, overwhelming, breaks at the worst times. But to me, it's a puzzle, and I love puzzles. And I build systems that run your business. I automate your follow ups. I streamline your bookings. Your calendar works like magic. I simplify onboarding so that you can live your life. And the secret is profitable businesses outsource. There's not a single business out there today that did the whole hustle culture to make it. It's a myth. And I'm here to shatter that myth. Because this isn't just a luxury. It's a requirement for how you scale without burning out. So Dr. Tamara, she's going to be like, hey, this is what you need to do. Don't burn out. Outsource this stuff. And I always say, you do what you do best, and I'm going to do the rest. You can focus on changing lives, making money, doing your thing, and stop cursing at your calendar app. Because I know who you are. You have this big heart, and you started because you wanted to help someone. You have a bigger mission, and you wanted to change something and do good in the world. And now you're drowning in software that you can barely even pronounce. And your tech stack is a nightmare. You've got DocuSign for contracts, Acuity for bookings, Constant Contact for emails, less annoying CRM because, well, somebody said it was less annoying. 20 different tools, 10 tabs, zero integration, and everything breaks all the time. At this point, you're not running a business, you're running an unlicensed tech startup from your living room. And I always get those panic calls. You've got 300 people registered, you're on virtual stage, ready to go. The funnel should be live, but it's not working. The emails are supposed to be sending, but nothing is happening. And you're whisper screaming into your laptop, why is this not working? And I've got you. You no longer have to know how to fix your own email sequences. That's my job. That's my revenue generating activity. That's the part that I love. I'm really, really weird. I actually snuggle with my phone at night because I love tech. And if I could snuggle with spreadsheets, I probably would. I'm weird. I accept this. So the things that I do is I sit down with everybody and I consolidate the tech into one platform, make everything talk to each other like it's supposed to. I automate everything that is anything possible, even stuff you never even thought about automating. And I'm going to turn all of that chaos into calm systems that make sense and that run all the time. Because you weren't meant to be IT. You were meant to be the visionary, the face, the expert, the change maker. And every time you pause your magic to fix tags and triggers and tech, you are literally losing money. You do what you do best, we'll do the rest. I run what's called a BPO, that is a business process outsourcing company. And what we do is we handle every non-revenue generating activity so that you can stay focused on what actually makes you money. Because unless you get paid to fix other people's tech, playing with your tech is not a revenue generating activity. So CRMs, we handle that. Calendar automations, client onboarding, anything else, funnels, courses, whatever. We handle all of that for you. Because there's no way for you to learn everything you need to learn to get it all done anyway. And it takes you away from your revenue generating activity. And numbers don't lie. People who use their systems effectively have a 300% conversion rate boost. That's not a typo. That's a mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, one of the things that I tell people all of the time is that when we're doing our own tech, I end up seeing that we're making big mistakes because we're trying to do that hustle culture thing and we're trying to do all of our own stuff. And I tell everybody all of the time, I'm not here to teach people tech. I'm here to make it disappear. And so, I've spent my whole life doing this. I mean, I have actually helped companies like Dell, Microsoft, Comcast, AT&T, Chrysler. And so, when we're trying to do all of the automation stuff and the tech stuff ourselves, it ends up being where we don't have the expertise. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we don't know. And then we end up making accidentally a mess while we're trying to fix the problem. And so, one of the things that I did, and we talked about it a minute ago, where I'm a disabled combat veteran. And one of the things that happened was when I was working in corporate and I was helping people like Comcast and Dell and Microsoft and stuff like that, I became disabled and I ended up going into disability, and that tanked my self-esteem. All of my self-esteem was built into my job and how much I was helping people. And so to get me out of that dark despair, I made a new policy, which was I want to help one person every day. So most of the time that's a client, sometimes it's a stranger, sometimes it's me. But my love for doing this is I genuinely love helping people build sustainable businesses. And that brings me back to life, because I think that's one of the pieces of freedom, is that when you don't have to work for somebody because you know how to do it yourself, and you can depend on a team like mine to support you, you don't have to do it alone. And, looking at burnout and intuition and some of the stuff, the themes that we've been talking about today, being able to, you know, offload some of that and have that team and not feel alone, you know, and then, I love helping people. So I'm like, let's do it. But I look at the hustle culture, and I think that it puts us into burnout and overwhelm so much. And it's hard to hear your intuition, like Kaz has been talking about. It's hard to hear your intuition when you are so burnt out all of the time because you're trying to wear all of the hats. And like the silly game was 57 hats. You were wearing all of the hats all of the time, trying to fit and do all of the things. And that's where outsourcing comes in. And I think that it's really something that people have been harping and saying we need to do hustle culture, hustle culture, hustle culture so much that it ends up that nobody can succeed. And I feel like it's one of those things where everybody's been told something that is actually untrue, and now nobody can win. And so that's why I'm like, hey, I love being in these groups. I love being with you guys. I love listening to people talk about burnout and overwhelm and intuition and staying in your things. And Pat was talking about, her book is all about, living that fulfilling and satisfied life. And it's so hard to do that when you're doing jobs that you hate doing, and you're doing stuff that you're not good at, and you feel not good. Because what happens when you end up spending all of your time doing something you're not good at is it hurts your own self-esteem, and it harms you, and you feel like you're a failure. It's that old adage where if you the fish always beats himself up because it can't climb a tree. And it's like, of course the fish can't climb a tree. It's not supposed to. And so, I always come back to everybody, in the chat was talking about too, where, this stuff, this tech stuff, it's overwhelming. It's frustrating. They don't want to do it. They're like, oh my gosh, take it off my plate for me. And I'm like, that's what I'm here for. And, like, just like other people love working on intuition, working on being a medium, working on PR, working on all of this other stuff that we've been doing, I genuinely love tech. And I know I'm a weirdo. And I'm like, that's where I'm like, hey, let's do this. And I think about how everybody out there always complains about, this is the part that they don't enjoy the most. They get it affects their business the most, and they need it, but they don't want it. And people come to me all of the time and they say, I hate tech, or I'm bad at tech. Well, of course you are. Of course you're bad at tech, because that's what I'm good at. If everybody was good at tech, what would I do? Like, you're good at what you do. You do what you do best. We'll do the rest. And so that's where I love this stuff. And that way you can work on all of the hard work that you can put into your business, and all of the stuff you're passionate about, you get to do. And you get to stay focused on the part that you love doing. And that's where I am always talking about, I genuinely just love sitting down with somebody and they go, oh my gosh, I hate this so much. Thank you so much for taking this off my plate. And I'm going, yeah, that's awesome, because I love this stuff. So yes, I did want to just tell everybody really quick about the ebook, You're the Visionary, Not the VA. And it's all about, how to stop doing it all and grow big. So that I will drop the link to that in the chat for in just a minute. And
Perfect.
I can't wait to talk to more of you guys. And like people keep saying, my enthusiasm and passion for tech and everything else. And I'm like, yeah, I love this stuff. And I am really that weird. um, the other people love other stuff, and I'm like, this is what I love. And The dopamine by design call is like super fun. So I hope whoever gets that is super excited. That's all about how to gamify your business to get your clients hooked and engaged and happy, and then renewing with you indefinitely and staying as long as you can. So, because what is the point of life if we're not having fun? So, and I know that's one of the themes is like fun. Everything's got to be fun.